8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relay online and engaging.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, YouTube? I'm here to talk about Fallout 4 and what I think about the game. Just a review and the main quest and my build. And I choose to go for a sniping build. Yeah, and talk about the quests. And I might spoil the ending, or yeah, and the companions that I had along the way, and the adventures, and what I think of the all over game. So if you enjoy this video, please subscribe, and yeah. Alright, so when I first played the game, I know this is called a Bethesda game. It's a role-playing game, post-apocalyptic. Yeah, post-apocalyptic. And yeah, so I like first the story, and yeah, so there was a family of three. One was a man and a woman and their child. They're married. You get to create your own character from either male or female, and yeah, so I created my character. Usually, back in the day, like I would make. It'll take so long to create a character, but I just like I made them look like me or whatever, and yeah, so okay, and I made them bald. Yeah. So apparently the main character is like um has a degree in like law school or something. Um and he's with his son Shawn, and he's an infant. And then like so they were just about to make breakfast or getting out of the bathroom or something, brushing their teeth, and someone knocks on the door, and it's someone from Volt Tech, or a representative of Volt Tech. And I don't know, he gives you a survey. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, it is what you called your special. I think S is for strength, and P is for perception, and E is for endurance, C is for charisma, I is for intelligence, A is for agility, and L is for luck. Yeah, so for strength, because I was going for, I don't know, rifle build, sniper build. Yeah, that uses VATS. I forgot what VAT stands for, but it's like you can slow down time or pick your the target, and then you get to choose what limb to like deal damage on your foes. So yeah, for strength I put 1 star. For perception I put 6 stars, I think. And for
captain chewed me out in front of the guys. And
Endurance, I
then asked me to
put
see him
4
privately in a
stars.
recording studio. After
For
reaming me out for several minutes, he took me off patrol and reassigned me to guard the
charisma,
HQ here.
I didn't want to underestimate charisma. I think charisma is like
I'll never
good for the
confront the
story,
captain
so I
in
put
front of
like
the men.
5 stars or 4
What is he up
stars.
to?
Can't remember.
Why did he order the retreat?
I think it was 5 stars. And for luck, no, I put 3 stars on luck. For endurance, I put a 7 star or 6 star as well. And for intelligence, I put a 3 star. Yeah. And yeah, I already said luck that I put 3 stars as well. But yeah. So yeah, because I was thinking like luck doesn't need to be that high. But at the end game of the main quest, I kind of put it to like 5 stars. Well, we'll get into that later. Okay, so they were just watching the news. It cuts to the broadcast of the news, and then there was saying like bombs were dropping in New York, multiple bomb drops. And yeah, so apparently the sirens came to Boston, and everyone was like starting to panic, and they were about to get to the shelter. So they grabbed Shawn, and sometimes I've been clicking like in the room, like he says, "War never changes." So yeah. So at the start of the game, he says that, and at the end of the game, he says that. So yeah, so as we go into the shelter, we are greeted by the army, and he says 1 child and 2 adults, and we're in. So we're heading into Vault 111. And as we get there, we are in a line, and yeah, we get our uniform, and then they said to hop into a cryogenic pod, and yeah, and we separated from our wife, and we stayed there. We stayed in the pod, separate pods, overlooking each other, eye to eye, in front of us, and we get frozen, and yeah, the countdown, and yeah, that's what happened. The baby was in with the mother's hand, and yeah, and then sometime in the future, they unfroze him, and what he witnessed was people, science suits or in a hazmat suit, and a guy with a gun, and stole our kid from us and murdered his wife, and yeah. Yeah, so that's the story. He just kidnapped his kid from the cryogenic pod, and yeah. And then they froze him again sometime. Then he wakes back up from the timer, and then he looks at the other pods, the main character, and sees that everyone that's in the other pod is dead because of a malfunction within the cryopods. And yeah, his neighbors of the town that went to the shelter or made it into the shelter. Yeah. So I went to the terminal to see what really happened. It says like inefficient nutrients or something. So yeah, they all perished. Then I escaped 111. I had to get through some roaches. These somehow they got into the vault. And yeah, you leave Vault 111, and yeah. and I forgot why the quest gets you to like the Memorial Liberty, and then you find a dog in the truck town called Dog Meat. And yeah, I use dog meat for like half of the game, like most of the time, and second half of the game in the other quest, and it was really helpful. And yeah, get to it actually kind of supported my build as I put like I think 1 star or 2 star to on the dog perk where you could either stagger them and it grabs them by the leg. You get a higher hit chance with VATS, so that was helpful. Only to like one enemy, and I kind of used that as an advantage. But yeah, yeah. So you meet the Minutemen, and there was like this group of people, and they were like stoners, and they like there's this old lady that wanted like jets, and like she could um predict the future somehow, and it was like piled up by raiders. Yeah, like the lead of that group was like a Minuteman. He had like a plasma rifle, and he wanted us to take out some raiders that was like coming for them. I don't know why, I forgot. I didn't pay attention to that part. There's a lot of parts I didn't pay attention to the story, and yeah, so his mission of countering the raiders that were pursuing them was to get into a power armor, and left by the army back in someday. You have to get a fusion cell or something, I think it was called, to power it up. Transferred, powered it up, and yeah, got a minigun. Forgot how, and then yeah, took out the raiders, and there was this Deathclaw. Deathclaw is like this big, giant, mutated monster, whatever. I don't know where it came out of the sewer or underground, and I just remembered that that's actually a place you could get into. Well, I decided not to go in there, but yeah, I just followed the quest, and yeah. I started off with a pistol. Yeah, a pistol. Just when you leave Volt Tech, I just think like a pistol is just good for the start, and yeah. And I started using a sniper. What kind of sniper rifle was I using at the start? I can't remember. So I found one, maybe. But yeah, I got eventually like at level 30, I got like a really good sniper. I'll get into that, but yeah, what I remember. Yeah, so you take the Minutemen back to the Commonwealth, the settlement, Sanctuary Hills or whatever it's called. Yeah, as we got back, then he talks about we could join the Minutemen. The Minutemen, if I remember, they're just like a gunner group. Essentially, they get blamed on for a lot of things that don't work. Maybe caravans. I forgot how the story went. So take it with a grain of salt or something, because I really don't know what I'm talking about. But I just know part of the quest line I took. The route is like there was some synthetic humans that worked as the Minutemen, and they actually became raiders for like losing their lead of that group. So yeah, whatever that was about. Oops. And yeah, so back on the quest. I think there's an option to join the Minutemen, but I just sticked with the main quest line. And yeah, so I can't remember what the next main quest was. Yeah, I just don't remember. Let's see. I know early on that I found the Brotherhood of Steel by tuning in to a radio, and yeah, at uh department building, a police department building in Cambridge. Yeah, Cambridge. Yeah, so I found the Brotherhood of Steel, and they were like taking out the Scorch ghouls or something. Then I met like Reese and whatever Helena, I think, or something. And the night of Brotherhood of Steel, dance is, yeah. They're like really into like patriotic belief, and they stick to their training about being a Brotherhood of Steel, and they take it very serious. Uh, and I think Reese is like trying so hard to be like so like be better than you or something. And yeah, he's like has anger issues. I heard in the story that he lost so many people, and yeah, uh, I really forgot what happened in the main quest. Let's see. Well, you're supposed to go to Diamond City. Oh yeah, Diamond City. Yeah, that's where you go. And going to Diamond City, you meet uh this other girl. I forgot her name. No, 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 no. Start with the. Does it start with an R? Forgot her name. Reese or something. Uh, Jessie. I think her name is Jessie. Probably not. I don't remember. But she's like a what do you she call it? A journalist, and like she like makes news for the news Boston Bungle. It's like the daily newspaper, the Boston Bungle, and yeah. So I made it to Diamond City. Um, what else did I do in Diamond City? You meet the synth. Oh yeah, Diamond City's like scared of synths, which is weird because the detective living there in the city is a synth. Like he's clearly a synth. I think people are not scared of him because they know he's a synth, but he's not hurting anyone. But yeah, it's the ones that look humans and they can't tell. Oh yeah, and there was like this quest about a caravan that's gone missing, and people are blaming the institute or synths. The institute is like an organizations of, sorry if you had to see that, of synths. That makes sense. That's all I know. Which is, yeah, I'll get into that later because I actually did most of the quests for the synths. I know it's funny because a lot of people probably didn't go that route, and I got like a rare achievement for doing that. But yeah, it's funny how old the game is by 10 years, almost 10 years, and like it's considered a rare trophy to go that route. But yeah, so the plot is looking for your son Shawn and the kidnapper. Um, you find out that the kidnapper lived in Diamond City, and I forgot how you figure that out, but the detective and everything. Oh, there was this part where in the city that actually murdered someone because they thought he was a synth. It's crazy. Oh, there was like this one randomly generated events that happened in the overworld, and there was a person named Art, and then he was about to like execute some other guy, and he was calling him a synth, and then like yeah, he was about to shoot him with a shotgun, and then yeah, yeah, so I like said go ahead and do it, and then because I was trying to talk him out of it, then he actually did. Then he walks off, and then I talk to him. He says, "I can't believe they're trying to replace me or something." So my thought is they're both synths or something. I was like, whatever. I didn't do it. All right, so I choose the. I'll just get to it. I choose the Institute faction. I know. I don't know why. Uh, there was this one side mission where you have to go to a tower or someone was calling for help, and apparently a metahuman was was there with the prisoner, killed the metahumans, and then you get the met I think it's called metahuman. You know, the green people. It's called like his name is Strong. That was um in captive in there, and then you free him. Then you escape the building using a forklift elevator. Yeah, that mission was cool though. Um, yeah, I think I already had a rifle at that point. I know I had like the strong sniper rifle. I had my intelligence for um crafting a 3 star by the end of the game, and I put it to silence. I had a stealth build, like your stealth was up, my stealth, and yeah, I think, and I put a suppressor on most of my snipers, and I had a .308 ammunition. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, and then as I the oh I had the pipe sniper rifle. Yeah, and I changed it to .50 caliber like when I was like level 18 to 16 to like or 15 to like 25. Been having that, so I got like a hunting rifle and I made it like with .50 caliber, hard receiver, and like it had like a damage output of like 107 at like level 20, like around level 20 or under 18, like early in the game. I used the perk, the scavenger perk for getting ammo, and yeah, yeah, that much. And I usually used my companions to hold my stuff because my strength is at 1 star, and yeah, that kind of worked out. Funny enough, I didn't use much of the weapons there. I just sticked with the sniper. Um, Probably used what else did I use? The Fat Man nuke launcher, mini nuke. I know there was a place where there was a death claw in it, a dungeon with a death claw, and yeah. So after Diamond City, you what happens after Diamond City? I don't remember. Forgot. I think I went to Vault 114. Um, that vault was about, I don't know. It's like there was like rich people, and like people that have no leadership skills took over as overseer. But yeah, something like that. An experiment by Vault Tech. Yeah, did some. I joined the Brotherhood of Steel, and I did their scribe missions and their technical documents, and those really helped out for getting 50 caliber rounds because they pay you like 100, or the highest I ever got paid was 300 caps. And yeah, so I would just go to Ingram. I think Ingram was the quartermaster, and I just buy 50 caliber rounds after off of that person. And you get to take blood samples and you give it to like the doctor there that are doing the research by mole rats, and yeah. Did that a lot, and I got Dance as a companion. He has his own side quest, and then there was like 3 years ago there was like a team, and then one of them like got shot in the leg, bleed out. Took out some scorches. One's in the military base where I found like this rifle that does 50% more damage to robots. Getting outside, I got killed by a robot like that's like high tech, but I killed it using the plus 50 damage percent to the robot. Got it. Excuse me. Yeah. I just can't remember what happens in the main quest, but eventually you do the freedom trail of Boston. That one was kind of complicated at first. It didn't take me that long to solve. I mean, because I just knew I didn't understand like what meant what, but after going clockwise, counterclockwise, and you make the sound, I just noticed the thing spells out for spoilers. Like I really don't understand the numbers, but what they mean, but I just figured out by just reading like real like it spells out. I don't want to spoil it, but the hint is in the quest itself. So like you find the railroad. These people called the railroads. They're like synths that defected from the institute, and yeah. I feel like I'm missing something big. Oh yeah, you find K-Log, and you take him out, and then you get his component from his hippocampus. Then you bring it to a doctor in the neighborhood, a society called the neighborhood. That's the mayor is actually a ghoul, and I didn't really get into the story on that part, but yeah, like he like stabs this person next to you for like threatening your life or something. Like damn. And you get into you give back the component to the doctor, and St. Nate like guides you through like his brainwaves, and then you get like this scene of K-Log's past, and yeah. And then you see Shawn and the Institute and their business. And you look for the Institute. The Institute relies in like the CTA building or something. I don't know what that stands for, but yeah. Yeah, so what I really liked is I took my build seriously. I went for stealth because I think that's like the most damage you have to take to like, since my my ammo was scarce. So I try to do like the critical damage, and yeah. And I used the women killer perk because it does more damage and it supports the story. And I use like 2 stars on for dog meat, and I got the sniper perk for perception, where you aim for the head, it makes them fall down, then you get like free shots, gives you a chance. I maxed that out. I maxed out ability points regeneration on stealth agility, I mean on agility. And I used the scavenger perk to get more ammo. What else? I used the headshot multiplier that does more damage. I only got that up to 2 stars. And then focused on luck to get like a higher damage bonus, and I finished the game at level 33. I sided with the Institute because like all factions were going for power, and then it's weird how the Institute was trying to preserve um synthetic life forms such as gorillas and stuff, and meaning they weren't real. You go for like this weapon called the beryllium something atomic. I think it's an atomic molecular. I think it's just another nuclear bomb that they have power over. That all factions are trying to get. The Railroad, the Brotherhood of Steel. I met the Enclave. Um, doing a side mission for the module or something. I came across the Tesla cannon, and it kind of made me beat the game real fast. I stumbled across the Enclave. Um, yeah, I was able to get. That's how I got the Tesla cannon after going after a module. Funny enough that I didn't know, and I had the a combat suit that gives you a lot of armor, the torso, the whatever T60 or whatever, if you know what I'm talking about in the Brotherhood of Steel. I didn't know that I had my own armor and I could get into it. I had 35 plus fusion cells and that stuff, and I was going in and out of the Institute with it because I couldn't really trust them, but yeah, I sided with them. I like dance. No, I don't really like dance, but for some reason, my favorite was Synth Nate and Jesse were like good companions. Dance was actually a good companion as well. He told me a story that he didn't want me to end up like as a bad person or something. Well, eventually I did. I can't believe I like turned on the people that got me so close to the goal. And yeah. And the person running the whole thing was what I was looking for the whole time. It's crazy. And yeah. The Institute, and I went to some company buildings. Oh, the Squire scribes. Yeah, those kind of side missions. It was interesting, like one of the Giddy Up and Go or Toy Industries, and then one of them actually knew. They went into they joined the program, the synth program. They said the synths came from the army somewhere. Yeah. And one of them was a synth, and or maybe they're getting into like I steal their ID card, the employment to use for to get into the building access points. Yeah. There was a glitch in one of the main quests for this the Institute, and then like one of them was like X something, I forgot. He, we go to like this waterport town or whatever. There's a bunch of boats and wrecks and stuff. What the Institute does is they go after rogue synths, and then they use a code to shut them down. Then I was thinking like I was no better than Kellogg. What I was doing, I was like a courier, and yeah, one of the synths that was sent by a courier to retrieve it, I like killed. Yeah, that synth. Both synths. Yeah. They were actually tough for being invisible, but yeah. I used the stealth boy too. Yeah. I had the 50 caliber strong sniper rifle that was called. I think I already explained that. That at the end I was able to do 112 damage, and yeah, I ranked up the a non-automatic rifle, and I got it to 3 stars, and yeah. Taking out the Brotherhood was kind of difficult. I used the grenade they gave me to call in more synths, and I used the Tesla cannon, and I used the sniper, and yeah, it worked out. The Battle of Bunker Hills or something was chaotic. I actually informed the Brotherhood with the synth, and they were just killing each other, and yeah. And that's what I gotta say. So overall, these games are like really. What I think is when you level up, the NPCs level up too with stronger weapons. So like, usually taking getting damage buffs that fits your build is like the way to go. So yeah, my plan was to get a critical to raise the critical meter as fast as possible, but it kind of didn't work out at the end. But it was pretty good because, yeah. And then you get to tell the world like the power of the Institute, and yeah, it's just crazy how like all the factions are just the same. So I don't know. I'm not really sure why I went for the Institute, and yeah, but other than that, I think the game's like really fun. For there's like so much things to explore. Yeah, and seeing the Pride Wind explode was epic, and yeah. All right, so that's what I really thought about the game. Is what's the message? Yeah, like his motivation was to find Shawn all along. Uh, ends up being a source of power that was all behind it, and the cycle was pretty terrible for sacrifices and for the future. I just think like I hope things change, but yeah. Well, you know what they say, war never changes. All right, if you like this video, please give it a like, yeah, and see you in the next video. Thanks, peace, have a good night, hope you're doing well, and bye.